Would you be interested in potentially making $100 to $1,200 per month with little to no work at all? It may sound just a little bit too good to be true, but today we're interviewing the Hobbyist Miner to learn more about helium mining and how it could be a great way to collect passive money. Helium mining is something that everyone can do. It only takes a few $100s to get started, and it's very easy to get set up with no experience needed. The video interview is going to be timestamped, so feel free to jump along to certain parts of the interview, such as what the Helium Network is it too late to purchase a Helium miner and get started today, and much, much more. So let's jump right into the interview. I was wondering if you could kind of tell us more about the Helium Network and what it is.
At a very basic level, we will dumb this down for any audience to understand is the Helium network, it operates on something called lo-fi, which is just a low bandwidth network, very small bandwidth network. So you're not going to jump on this wireless network and watch 4K videos. We're actually talking the complete opposite of that. So if you imagine the Helium network being something that's anywhere and everywhere, that's kind of the goal. The main plan is everywhere globally. And thinking about use case, because I think we can work our way backwards talking about helium, is in major cities. You and I come from different ones there, but those scooters that you can rent in a city, you can walk up to, they're just sitting there on a curb, you could scan in. Well, those use lo-fi is what it is, or what they're getting to, because instead of having those have any device like that would have to have a 4G card in it, and then you have to pay for that 4G plan. And as you and I both know, cell phone plans are way overpriced, super expensive, and everything. So imagine having, instead of paying for a 4G plan, there's wireless everywhere, and you can freely connect to it. But it's crazy slow, but it's meant for very low bandwidth, meaning something like a scooter. It goes from point A to point B, and it has a little tracker in it, and it connects to this Helium network, or GPS trackers overall. When you're talking about food services or the trucking industry, they just need to have a ping every so many minutes or something that says where it is, and use some type of internet. So this is not to replace 5G. It is very much this lo-fi signal. So for the services of me hosting one of these, which is not, it's literally plugging it in, setting up on your phone, you're paid out in helium. So helium's the byproduct, kind of the payment method for you as the individual hosting these.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Would you say then if you're able to set up an internet router for your house, you would be able to set up a Helium miner then in your own house?
Probably even easier, to be honest with you. They're actually taking strides to make the process even easier for setup with a lot of these. And there's a lot of different brands out there.
Yeah, I know you're talking about a little bit about profitability, but could you touch on that a little bit more about how much each miner makes per month?
Yeah. So as I talked about, everything is very situational. So I couldn't say to you directly, hey, you're going to make X because you buy a Helium miner and you set it up. I mean, it's crazy. Me setting up, I'm in my basement, but I have a walkout basement, so there's a window. So me setting it up there, I was looking at roughly about $2 a day. Then I went ahead and moved it to my second story above my on the garage in a window there. And there I was making maybe $7 a day. So I was okay, great. With just plugging it in and moving it, your elevation is higher and the location's higher. So I moved it to my attic, and that is the farthest I've gotten. It is $15.50 a day now. And so I plan to continue kind of this test. And it's been great from a viewership perspective, because people are looking for that. And it's crazy. The different situations, locations, height, elevation are all huge factors. If you think of it, from my basement to my attic has been a $13 difference per day.
That's a big difference. But what about the cost associated with the miner? Mm-hmm. Everyone talks about, with Bitcoin, the high electricity cost. What happens, with the Helium miners?
So this is, unfortunately, it falls under the category of miner. But at the end of the day, it's not a Bitcoin miner or a GPU miner. My current MMTD miner uses 10 watts. So it's a light bulb. So it's nothing. It's nothing in that regard.
Is there a way to kind of give a rough estimate how much it can make? I know the websites, you can look at other miners, but I guess it goes back to the other factors. Where is it located? What kind of antenna they have, and a bunch of other things that influence it.
Yeah, so there's two websites I recommend to your audience, helium.explorer and Hotspotty. And when you go on there, go to your area, find exactly where you are, and you can see the other ones around you. You can also you can click on them and see what their profitability is per day, per month, and you could also see the elevation. So it shows you when you go ahead and set it up, it actually asks you like, what is your elevation above ground? So you put that in there. And you can also see the dB signal. So you can see like what antenna they're using. So that allows you to go, okay, a mile away, this guy's making $3 a day and he has an 8 dB antenna. Okay, cool. I'll buy it, buy the same thing and all that type of stuff. And that'll put me there. So that'll make you feel a little bit better. There isn't like as I said, any like tool or website you can run for your exact location, but that at least gives you an idea as to, how you could do, one way or another.
Whenever I look at them, they're always sold out online. And then I'm always looking on eBay and other places to see if I could, buy one secondhand. But most of the time they're going for, double, triple the price of what they retail at. Would you recommend that people wait to buy it from the actual manufacturer or just buy it secondhand from like eBay or something like that to get it right away and put it into action?
Yes, it's very difficult to get your hands on these. I have seen some people that have had better avenues to go and that are working out well. I would recommend to your audience, like, yeah, you could go on eBay, but I've seen the same miner I have that I bought for $400 go for $1,200. Yep, now we're talking about, and now you got questionable ROI there. When are you going to get your return on investment? It's like when it's questionable and it's not finite, which is most things in investment, but that's really like that's a hard one. You're taking a leap of faith there. So everybody kind of wants to get into it as soon as they can. I mean, that's kind of what I recommend. I don't recommend people going to like eBay and buying these things.
And I guess a big question I know I'm going to get for my viewer and just kind of curious for myself too is this market too saturated or can you still get started into it today? Say if you were to get your hands on a miner at market value.
Sure. If you can get your hands on a miner, that's kind of the first part. You are way ahead of it. Like this is not like going back a year, it was a fraction of the size and it has grown insanely. But at the same time, so is the price of helium. If you go look up on any major websites there with helium, that's kind of the nice thing. I set it, forget it, make some money off of it. So I don't think it's oversaturated. I mean, I can see, we're about 550,000 worldwide. That number could easily be 100 million one day.
Would you have any overall tips or advice for getting started then?
Yeah, definitely. So tips on helium, I think I've told a lot of people to look at all the different manufacturers. A lot of them sign up for their newsletters because a lot of what manufacturers have done more recently in the tech space is they'll email their audience like, hey, upcoming sale, or they'll drop it literally at that moment and they email it out. They're not publicizing it or anything else like that. They kind of want to get you on that newsletter type of deal via email. So sign up for as many of those as you can find to get on those. Sometimes those also give you codes to redeem in the store to help with bots and stuff like that.
What would you tell the viewers if they want to learn more about mining or just check out more of your videos? Where can they do so?
Absolutely. So I get into a little bit of everything, as we talked about with crypto mining. You can always check me out on the Hobbyist Miner on YouTube and also on Twitter. My channel is very centric on beginners. I like to take things down to a basic level for people to understand. So I do a little bit of everything, as I said, on there to make it kind of spiced up, different and fun. So yeah, go ahead and check it out if you're interested.
All right, awesome. Yeah, I want to thank you once again for taking the time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
That wraps up the interview. A huge thanks to the Hobbyist Miner for taking the time to answer our questions about the Helium network and becoming a miner to use as a side hustle. He has tons of great content on his channel all about different types of crypto mining machines, so feel free to go check out his channel and some of his great videos. Tell me down below if you guys personally have a Helium miner, and if so, how much do you average per month in Helium? If we get this video to 100 likes, I will purchase a Helium miner and do several follow-up videos. If this video brought you any value, please make sure to subscribe and share the video. Feel free to check out my other videos all about side hustles I tried and learn more about personal finance. I'll see you guys in the next one, and this is Kevin, your financial tutor, signing off. Peace.